Hello guys, this is Farhan Hussein and welcome back to another video. 2020 is going to be the biggest year for XRP. That is according to a latest report coming out of Ripple. And in today's video, we are going to be taking a deep dive on why 2020 is just going to be the biggest year for XRP. But not only that, we have another major announcement coming from Ripple, and that is Ripple recently raised $200 million in a Series C round funding, which values the company at a staggering $10 billion, which makes Ripple one of the most valuable companies in the crypto world. Well, let's start off with the recent news, and that is, why did Ripple need to raise this $200 million? Well, according to Ripple, they raised this because they want to increase the adoption of XRP. If you've been following Ripple and XRP for quite some time, in the past 1 year, what Ripple used to do is it used to sell XRP to these large financial institutions, and for the past 1 year Ripple sold around $260 million for the entire year, which kind of put a downwards pressure on the price of XRP, and that is why you're seeing the price of XRP be at its lowest point for the past 2 years. And a lot of people were saying, you know what, because Ripple is doing this, it is kind of dumping it. You might have already heard about this dumping allegation regarding Ripple, which the CEO of Ripple went out and said that, you know, it's not going to do it. So this Series C $200 million round funding is kind of to show the people, look, we are not going to be selling XRP anymore. What we need to do is kind of raise capital through other means so that it doesn't put a downwards pressure on the price of XRP, which in my personal opinion is a really great move from Ripple. Anyways, let's move on to the year 2020. Year 2020 is just a couple of weeks away, and a lot of people in the crypto world are expecting major things coming out of the year 2020, not just for XRP but for a lot of other cryptocurrencies. And in my previous videos I have talked extensively about why 2020 is going to be one of the biggest years, and Ripple's latest report kind of confirms those beliefs by a lot of people. Anyways, the report which Ripple published regarding XRP for the year 2020 is called 2020 the Year of Digital Assets. The report I will link in the description box below, which you can read. There's a lot of information in there, and if you are interested in XRP, I highly suggest for you to check it out. But anyways, in this video I'll be talking about three very distinct things, so let's do that. A lot of people in the XRP community believe that if the price of XRP is to increase next year, institutional money has to flow in. Let me just read this excerpt from the report from Ripple. For digital assets and associated applications to have long-term staying power, institutional players must embrace the technology. We anticipate that just such a way of institutional adoption will begin in 2020, with more traditional firms deploying digital assets and blockchain-based solution. So this is one of those things, you know, in which a lot of people were expecting that institutional, when people say institutional money, they basically mean a lot of financial institutions and banks start working towards any blockchain-based solution. And what Ripple is trying to do with this XRP is have these major financial institutions start to use XRP, and getting these major institutional money flowing into the world of crypto would kind of mean that the price of XRP is going to increase if they are investing, or if they are looking to use XRP for 2020. So, and Ripple kind of believes that this is what is going to happen for the year 2020. While on the topic of financial institutions, the CEO of Ripple had this to say. CEO Brad Garlinghouse is even bolder, predicting that half of the top 20 biggest banks in the world will actively hold and trade digital assets in 2020. He is also one of the many on the team that believes that fiat currencies will go digital in the next year. For those of you here who have been following the world news, there was a report recently from the New York Times in which they said that the Chinese yuan might go digital in the coming year. So this is one of those biggest things. And especially when you're talking about banks here, these banks, which according to the CEO of Ripple, he believes that a lot of these banks will actively hold cryptocurrencies. And when it comes to cross-border payments, especially where banks and these other financial institutions are really known for, XRP is one of those key cryptocurrencies which is actively used in this case. So if you have been holding XRP for quite a long time, 2020 might just be one of those big years in which XRP can dramatically rise up. The next really big thing that was mentioned in the report was regarding the very large number of cryptocurrencies. Well, the world doesn't need 2000 plus digital assets. While I don't think there will be one coin to rule them all, it's clear that if an asset doesn't have a proven use case beyond speculation, it's not going to survive. This year saw the start of shuttering of a number of crypto companies that Brad expects to continue into 2020. As you might already know, if you just check on CoinMarketCap or any other crypto exchange, there is a ridiculously large number of cryptocurrencies out there, and a lot of these cryptocurrencies have almost no value besides it's just speculation. People just think that the price might go up and they invest in it and just try to take some profit, but in reality a lot of these cryptocurrencies do not have any actual usage. And if you compare that to some other cryptos, for example in the case of XRP has a very good usage, and that is for the cross-border payments. And that is what basically Brad Garlinghouse is saying, that in 2020 we will see even more number of cryptocurrencies shutting down, especially those ones which do not have any usage. But at the same time, even though he didn't directly mention it here, but he is saying that look, XRP has one of the best use cases, and that is why it is really going to thrive in 2020. And another really important thing that I should mention here, that a lot of people in the crypto world believe that one crypto, for example Bitcoin, is going to rule all of them. Well, according to Ripple's report, they do not believe that this to happen. They don't think Bitcoin is going to pretty much rule the entire crypto world. There will be other cryptocurrencies with it. In a lot of my previous videos, I have talked about Bitcoin halving and how it's going to have a massive impact in the world of cryptocurrencies, and that is exactly another portion of this report which talks about it. Projects that growing institutional comfort level with digital assets use cases, along with increased regulatory clarity in the US, and the next Bitcoin halving by May of 2020 will lead to the next large adoption cycle. So for those of you who don't know, we are expecting the Bitcoin halving event to occur in May 2020, which is going to according to a lot of people in the crypto world, massively increase especially the price of Bitcoin, and which is going to create somewhat of a FOMO, and a lot of more people will be invested into the cryptocurrency during that time. And because of this large adoption cycle, a lot of people are expecting that not just Bitcoin but other cryptocurrencies alongside Bitcoin will increase price as well, including the price of XRP. A lot of people were expecting 2020 to be a really big year for cryptocurrency and XRP as well. And Ripple coming out with this report and kind of saying the same thing really goes to show that a lot of people are expecting not just a major increase in adoption of cryptocurrencies around the world, but also an increase in the prices of a lot of cryptocurrencies, including XRP. Well guys, that was the video for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I love reading all your thoughts, and we recently hit 4,000 subscribers, so thank you to all 4,000 of you who have subscribed to my channel. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button to get regular updates from the crypto world. And as always, I will see you next time.